If you have a comment, drop a comment in the comment section and don't be a dick. But I mean, like, the competition left. When rappers in the early 2000s, in the late 90s were writing raps, you were writing your raps with the competitive nature of, I have to sound better than the next nigga or better than the next person that's going to be on the track with me. It wasn't based in so much glossy and talking shit, which that was a part of the bravado of your verse. And I don't want to hear people say, oh, we still got Jada, we still got Fab, we still got because a majority of those dudes are podcasting, not even rapping anymore. No funny shit. I would like to hear those dudes just music because you're not done. I feel like the generation that came behind likes to push the older rappers out because, like, oh, we're trying to get money. You should move so we could try to get money. Or you could just be a better fucking rapper so people could be like, we want this guy over this guy. Not move so people could see me because I'm really not better than you. Ergo, the competitiveness. Also, we're the only community that forces our older MCs out because they're old. Not because we're tired of hearing them, but because they're old. Ain't he too old to be doing? Rap isn't a young people sport, bro. Rap isn't a young people thing. Poetry isn't a young people thing. Here's what I say about this. You never hear older or younger Caribbean Americans telling their older reggae artists to go sit down. Most of their good reggae artists don't get good until they get old. You don't even allow our artists to get a chance to get old, to get good, to gain more wisdom, to give us better lyrics before we want to throw them out the door or usher in a new era of hip hop, or a new era of MC, or a new era of entertainer. Now, I guess in certain genres of hip hop like drill, catching body is the thing to do. A genre of old hip hop, it was getting bitches, getting money, getting fly, flossing on the next nigga, and rapping about it, which is very shallow on the surface level, but it still left you more to do lyrically. I feel like hip hop doesn't exist the way it used to because the hard time in America for Black people doesn't exist as it did in the 70s, 80s, 90s, and early 2000s. I would say the early 2000s lesser. Those forms of hip hop were very entrenched in the streets and what was going on in urban America and urban Black America, and urban Black youthful America to be more specific. So I feel like the lyrics aren't going to be as gritty and as determined and as competitive as they used to be because that time doesn't exist anymore. So yeah, you're just going to have to be wowed by somebody's really aggressive drill flow about how many niggas he killed and how many niggas he gonna smoke in the blunt when he killed them, or J. Cole or Kendrick Lamar. And that's what I'm trying to say. There's a large gap between lyrical ability and the guys who do it at a high level and the people who don't do that. There's no in between. It's crazy. My main question to you is, do you feel like a hip hop renaissance is coming amongst artists who are more lyrically inclined when it comes to hip hop? If you have a comment, hit the comment section. Lyrical ability can't be overlooked anymore because I feel like as the consumer, we're accepting the BS we are giving. We got to start ignoring certain artists if they're not putting out the part of music that we are used to listening to or are used to coming from our hip hop artists. We got to stop supporting people who are just popular versus people who are talented. And that's all I'm trying to say. Let's get the lyrics back in hip hop. Let's get the competitiveness back in the lyrics. Let's stop letting average be the great.